Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting ready for a very special project. That's why I have my hair pinned up. Later this year, I will be relaunching my beauty blog, ErinNicoleTV.com. It's something I started years ago, back when I first started my YouTube channel, but it has been such a long time since I've added fresh content, so I need new photos for the homepage, updated headshots, profile pictures, banners. Everything needs to be changed. So later today, I have a photo shoot scheduled. I hired an incredible photographer, amazing videographer. We rented a studio space. I have this whole vision in my head of what it's going to look like. I'll pop up some of the inspiration images I've been saving on Pinterest and Instagram. This has been a long time coming, so I have butterflies. I'm a little bit nervous, kind of anxious. I hope everything turns out the way I have it pictured in my head. So for the makeup look, I wanted to create something that captures my current makeup style, but would be pretty timeless because I need the photos to stay relevant for a really long time. So no shimmer, no glitter, no crazy pops of color. I also didn't want to go too boring, do all earth tones, so I incorporated a little color. I pulled out all of my favorite items, so this is best of the best right here. And this is the finished makeup look that you can see right here. Unfortunately, since the shoot is today, I won't be able to share the final images with you today, but be on the lookout for those very soon. I'm going to take you behind the scenes so you'll be able to see what the hair and makeup looks like when I'm on set. It's bright and early in the morning. I'm not ready to get dressed for the day quite yet, so I got up, had my shower, ate breakfast, coffee, and I immediately changed into my big white robe to get ready for the day. And I'm going to begin by prepping my skin with this D'Alba Vital Spray Serum. This was sent to me complimentary last week, and I love it so far. It's a clean Korean beauty brand. They have the Vital Rose, which I'm going to use today. This is best for sensitive skin. It's really soothing and gives more of a lightweight hydration. But they also have the First Spray Serum with White Truffle. This one gives more intense hydration and it's going to leave your skin looking very dewy. So it just depends on your skin type or what you're looking for that day. Neither one of these is heavy. The mist is so fine and lightweight. The Vital Rose Spray Serum that I'm going to apply today contains rose, cherry blossom, and white truffle extract, and it's a biphase. As you can see, all of the little oil droplets travel to the top, so you have to make sure you give it a really nice shake. I like to shake for a second or two because it separates pretty quickly. Once the mixture is combined, I like to do 5 or 6 sprays. I completely coat my face, and it's so lightweight. There's no need to touch your face or rub it in, you just let it dry. And you can see I have an instant glow to my face. It doesn't feel oily, but it just looks perfectly hydrated. I've never tried a spray serum before. This is my very first one, but it is easily one of my favorite new skincare products. And we partnered today to share one of their big promotions. For Valentine's Day, they're running a special on their Amazon store where if you buy one of the serums and you leave a review, you'll be gifted with a D'Alba headband and a second bottle for free. All of the information you need will be down below in the description box. I'm going to let that sit on my face and naturally absorb while I start with the eyes. To prep my lids, I'm going in with just a smidge of the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. Anytime I'm doing makeup for a photo shoot or special occasion, I always start with eyes, just in case there's fallout. I love the products we're using today. They're all high quality, but it's still best to be safe. I'm going to be creating another look using the Eternal Eden palette, but I figured I should go ahead and pull out my Divine Rose 2 palette. That way I have plenty of options. I realize this isn't new, but it was launched again, so it's still sort of new. So with the fluffy brush, I'm going into this second matte shade right here. This is kind of the perfect transition shade. I'm going to buff that in the crease. With a Rougher 13 brush, I'm picking up this deep plum right here, and I'm going to work that in the outer V to build up some depth. I just put down Divine Rose 2 and I picked up my Pillow Talk palette because I want a medium intensity brown shade to mix that plum with the first transition. So I have another fluffy brush. This is a Rougher 1. And I'm going to pick up this shade right here. I'm applying this right on top of that plum. Then I can go back with the Rougher 13 and really deepen just the outer V. But it helps having another shadow to help blend, so it's not such a harsh transition. With a blank brush, I'm just blending that out. Now I'm picking up the Eternal Eden eyeshadow quad and a flat shader brush, and I'm going into this really pretty pale pink shade right here, and this is going all over the lid. Usually when I'm doing a get ready with me or a tutorial, I try to stick with one palette, maybe bring in one other product. It's just not how it ever works out if I'm getting ready to go somewhere or a photo shoot, some sort of special occasion. I'm constantly grabbing tons of different things and throwing them all together. It might be a little frustrating, but that is the reality of this situation. If I'm getting ready for something special, I'm not going to limit myself to just one palette. I'm going to pull out all of the products necessary to create the look I want. I love this eyeshadow. Trying to keep it low on the lid up to the crease, but not above it. Just as I had expected, I had very little fallout, but I still cleaned up my under eye with an I Am Beauty wipe. I just kind of cleaned this up right here. I made that nice and sharp, but of course I'm going to soften it later. But now moving on to the face. Even though my skin is nice and glowy, I'm still going to go in with the Meteorite's base from Guerlain. I have 1.5 pumps here. I like to start in the center of the face and blend out. This is just going to help give us a little luminosity, but it also helps to really grip the foundation. And since I'm going in with a matte foundation, I want to make sure that it doesn't look too dry later on. I'm getting ready pretty early, which is fine because that way I'll have my makeup done for the day. Sometimes if I have a matte longwear foundation on my face for a couple hours later on in the day, it still looks really nice, but I might get little dry flakes. This is going to help prevent that. I'm going in now with the Guerlain L'Essential High Perfection 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I love this foundation. This will only be my 3rd time using it, so it's a bit risky. Usually for a photo shoot, I'll go with the foundation that I'm really familiar with. I was thinking maybe Dior Air Flash or the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. But I love this coverage. I love the way it looked the last time I wore it, so we're gonna give it a shot. Same thing, I start in the center points of the face and blend out. I love the coverage, I love the color of this foundation. And even though it's matte, I don't think it's really drying. Today I'm using the Sephora Pro Foundation number 56 brush. I wanted to go in with something smaller, more of a stippling brush, so I can be very specific where I place the foundation and where I blend it. I know it's new, but I think this is my favorite new foundation for full coverage. It just looks perfect on the skin. It doesn't look heavy, but it is as full coverage as it gets. I cannot see any little freckles, imperfections shining through. I had a post blemish mark right here. Can't see it at all. I love this foundation. So now it's time to conceal. I'm going in with my Rose Corrector from Chanel because I want to give extra brightness under the eye. That Rose Corrector has a pink undertone, and I am also going to go in with just a little bit more of the Pat McGrath Labs. Now it looks a little bit too bright, but as soon as it dries down and it oxidizes, it won't be quite as noticeable. But hopefully it will be a little bit brighter because of the Rose Corrector. This is perfect. It's bright enough under the eye, but once it oxidizes, it will really look nice. Because right now it looks a little bit light. Compared to the rest of my body, I of course sunless tanned last night, so my body is very deep brown, and my face is looking a little bit pale. I'm going to set my concealer with my new go-to setting powder from By Terry, the Hyaluronic Tinted Hydra Powder. And I'll probably take this with me, but I'm also going to take maybe the Lancome Absolute, maybe the Giorgio Armani Pink Microfill Powder, something with a little glow. I don't want to set with a glowy loose powder right now, but later on I will take a glowier face powder. I'm going to warm up my complexion with the Gucci bronzer, shade 3. This bronzer does such a beautiful job. It always photographs nicely, it blends so easily. Doesn't matter what other products I use on my face, if I go in with the Gucci bronzer, it's perfect, seamless. I'm hoping I can finish soon because I have to leave. I'm getting my hair blown out. Whenever I'm finished doing my makeup, I'm going to take all of the products I used on my face today. I'm going to throw them in a bag and I will take them with me on set. That way if I need to touch up, I have everything I need, just in case. To blush my cheeks, I pulled out the Fleur de Printemps Blush and Highlighter Duo. I love this blush. It is so flattering, very pigmented. It's the most beautiful kind of coral peachy pink. So you only need a small amount. I'm keeping the placement pretty high on my cheekbones. Taking it up on the temple a little bit, right in here. That should help keep everything nice and lifted. It blends with the Gucci bronzer really nicely. I think the two work well together. Blush tends to fade on me, so this is something I'll definitely pack with me. Even though it might look a little bit dark right now, it will lighten up. I love the highlighter in this little duo, but I'm not going to use it. Instead, I'm going to use my new Chanel highlighter. This is the Pearl de Lumiere. because it has this really pretty gold undertone. I love the pink. Don't get me wrong, I love that entire duo, but I think this one will look a little bit nicer. And it's more of a bright, blinding gold. So pretty. I love this highlighter. It really does look like skin. It's not quite as dark as you might think. I'm concentrating on the high points of the face. Since the photo shoot is in a studio later, I'm gonna have really harsh light, so everything will get washed out a little bit. It's okay if I go in with a little bit more bronzer, a little bit more blush. With the harsh lighting, it will be perfect. Another little tip, trick, hack, whenever I'm doing makeup for a special occasion, I always keep a little hand towel with me right here on my lap, so if I need to wipe off a brush or if I need to wipe something really quick, I always have a towel handy. This is something that I never really talk about. You don't see it, but I'm sure most people who do their makeup on YouTube probably keep a towel like this handy. It's a little behind the scenes trick. And now we're finishing the eye, so I picked up a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into the very first shade we used in the Divine Rose 2 palette. And I am going to buff this beneath the lower lash line. I picked up a little precision brush and I'm now going into this really deep plummy shade. I'm going to run this beneath the lower lash line as well, but I'm concentrating on the outer half and I want to keep this as close to the lash line as possible. I just wiped off that precision brush and I'm going to go into this top shade right here. I think this is a little bit lighter than the shade in the Eternal Eden palette, and I'm going to run this right in the inner corner, inner tear duct area. I've taken the Beige Perle Stilo Ombre et Contour stick from Chanel, and I'm going to run this in the waterline. I thought about using the burgundy. I think you probably could, but because it has a little bit of a red undertone, I want to stick with the beige. Yeah, that is perfect. We have a little pink, a little plum, and some brown on the eyes, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to do a straight brown look because I always typically wear brown. I wanted to bring in some color, but I also didn't want to do a really bright pink purpley eye. So this way, there's some color. It's kind of neutral, kind of pink, not too pink, kind of rose gold. I'm back. I filled in my eyebrows, did top liquid eyeliner and mascara. The last step is lips, but I'm actually about to run out the door to get my hair blown out, so I'm gonna finish that when I come back. I still have to think about what shade I'm going to do. I'll probably bring options with me, but when I come back, I'll have my hair done, my makeup done, and you will be able to see the finished result. I'm back from getting my hair done. As you can see, it's all pinned, ready to go. So the last step is lips. I sat down thinking I might need to touch up some of my makeup, but I really don't. This foundation, the Complexion products we used, have not budged at all. Wearing a mask with the heat and humidity from the blow dryer, but everything looks great. I'm going to bring several options, but I think the main lipstick I'm going to use for the shoot is going to be Endless Pink from Chanel. I'm thinking I'll do Endless Pink. I'll probably end up throwing maybe the Pink Pearl or the Nude Pearl Guerlain lipstick on top so it has a really pretty sheen. And then I always love a gloss, but for now I'm just going to do the Endless Pink. I think this is the perfect go-to nudie pink. It's just very flattering. I would recommend this for brides, for any sort of photo shoot. My photo shoot makeup is now complete and I have to run. So I'm gonna pack up all of the stuff that I used today. I'm bringing several pairs of shoes, purses, accessories, fragrances, any props I can think of. I'm gonna bring several different outfits. I have one outfit that's going to be my main look, and then I might bring a couple options just so I have some variety. I'm gonna do my best to get behind the scenes footage so you can see what the shoot is like when I'm there. And you will of course see all of the final images later on when everything comes to fruition. But that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked seeing the process. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be linked down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.